Hi, Mike Carlin, Speak Realty. I had a very interesting conversation with a for sale by owner yesterday. Went over to their house just to preview it and introduce myself. My hope is always that I'm going to develop a relationship, and if they decide they want to hire an agent, then I'll be at least one of the agents that they interview when they're looking to do that. That we ended up having a very interesting conversation about where the real estate industry is going and whether there is still a need for sellers to have representation. And their contention, of course, since they're working on selling it themselves, is that there is no need to have a seller's agent because of the technology that's out there. That with the internet, all the different websites that you can get on, that you can just simply promote a house yourself, get the buyer in, and then you get the contract. You go put the contract with the lawyer, and everything will I guess the lawyer will handle it from there, and things will go to closing. And there's a few pieces missing in there. Not to say though that people cannot sell the house themselves, though I know that's not a new phenomena. That's not a new phenomena. That people have always done things themselves, and certainly there's been for sale by owners around for a while, and people do have the ability to sell houses themselves. People also have the ability to work on their cars themselves or do stuff around the house themselves, though it's not an industry disruptor kind of thing. We did both agree on one thing that they have working against them, which is a lot of agents don't want to bring their buyers through sale by owners. So they're narrowing the field on who they're actually selling to. They're not selling to all the buyers out there. They're selling to buyers who are working without an agent or working with an agent who's willing to work with a for sale by owner. That in itself can hurt them, but we're in a strong seller's market, so I completely understand why, and they're not. If you're not in a rush to move, I totally get it. It makes sense. But back to my point, my feeling is that the industry itself, if it was going to change, if agents were going to be put out of business by technology, it would have already happened. That it has happened in the travel industry, it's happened with newspapers and magazines. They've seen dramatic changes. I mean, the newspapers haven't disappeared, but they are, they've changed, and they've had to change the way they do business. The travel industry it's still around. It's websites now. There are still some travel agents out there, though they're not nearly as many as there were before, and it's just the industry's completely changed. Whereas in real estate, we've somewhat changed we definitely changed how we do business because of technology, and I think the value we bring has changed somewhat, though the number of agents and agencies really hasn't shifted that much. If anything, it's grown. So my contention is that agents still, because of the way the process is with home buying and home selling, so many emotions involved, and there's so much, not just getting a buyer into the door, getting a contract signed, then you've got inspections, getting all the inspections done, getting everybody to come to an agreement on that, and doing all the steps involved in getting it to closing. That there is always going to be a need, unless we figure out a way to just kind of eliminate human emotions altogether. There's always going to be that need when you're talking about such an important item such as a home. Whether it's a seller trying to move out of that home or a buyer buying a new home, there's either emotional attachments to it, or the emotion of being, wondering if you're making the right decision in buying that home. So that's my contention is, my job is secure. That as a real estate salesperson, well, I'm a broker now technically, but selling real estate, that there will be continued need for my services throughout the course of my lifetime. So I'd love to hear your opinion on it. You can tell me I'm right, I'm wrong, I'm stupid. Either way, share your opinions. I appreciate it.